Guys, so this video is going to be a little mixture of story time, transparency, and hopefully maybe a little bit motivational. So just to give you guys a little insight, I am the third oldest of 7 children. I also have been married for 17 years and I have 7 children myself. So I definitely have the life experience, and my life has not been all sunshine and rainbows. So I've had my trials and I refuse to wear them on a day-to-day basis for everyone to see. In my life, I've always had to prove myself to everyone that I encounter, whether that be family, friends, or just someone new that I meet. And by prove myself, what I mean is like I've had to prove my love for someone, I've had to prove my trust, my loyalty, my trustworthiness, and my capability to accomplish the goal that I set out to or said that I would. Couldn't understand for the life of me why that was. I would definitely get super frustrated. But I think mostly I was heartbroken because people refused to trust my actions and my words and refused to recognize that the person I was showing up to be every day was authentic. For years, I've learned to recognize it, not soak in it too long, and use it as fuel. Once I realized that another person's perception of me isn't going to change regardless of how I show up every single day, that's when I'm like, okay, cool. You'll see, or I'll prove you wrong. So with all that said, let's get into a little story time. So after graduating as a master cosmetologist and opening my own residential salon, through servicing my clients, I realized that there was a great need for natural hair care products that actually promote hair growth and retention and that are vegan friendly. I decided to create my ethereal hair growth oil at that time. So what I did was I researched oils and the benefits, and I made a mixture formula myself, and then I used it on my hair for a few months or whatever, a little over 4 months. After 4 months and seeing my results, I was like, okay, let me see how my clients feel about it. I asked my clients and let them know about the product and asked them if I could use it on their services. And then I also would give them like a sample so they could take home, and I would tell them how to use it. When they would come back, I would get feedback all the time about it. So boom, that was number one. I would take their feedback and then I would alter it and then try it on my hair again and give them the new formula to see how they felt about the new one. All of my clients that I used it on seemed very, very happy with the product. Then I began to sell it to them. After that, I went and started selling my products online to others and also going to barbershops, speaking to people in general, and going to beauty supply stores, talking about my products and selling them through that way. Now, I'm not going to lie, my sales were not all that great, but when it was face-to-face interaction, they were great. Online, not so much. But what I realized over time is that people are not inclined to try new products that they don't see in big brand stores or in beauty supply stores. So it's a lot about convenience and also what is notable to them. Fast forward to 2022, I had just had my daughter. After she was born, she started to get cradle caps. So I was like, okay, let me use my oil on her hair. I know what's in it. It's great. Just to get rid of the cradle cap and make sure that she doesn't have a lot of hair loss. So my ethereal hair growth oil did great in her hair. The cradle cap came out much easier. It was less hair loss, and it was promoting her hair growth as well. So at this point, my family and friends knew about my hair growth oil. I had talked to them about it on multiple occasions, so it wasn't new to them. And some of them had purchased, some didn't, but I didn't expect them to support either way because you can't expect everyone to be all on board. It would be nice, but I didn't want to force anybody to support because that doesn't feel good to me at all. Eye opener for me was I remember having a conversation with my mother, and she was just basically just asking about the kids and asking about how everything's going. So during that conversation, she asked me about the baby, and I told her, oh yeah, she had cradle cap, but I'm using my hair oil on her hair. I've been using it for a while. And her response to me was, why would you do that to that baby's hair? Don't put that stuff in the baby's hair. After that, now I'm offended and I'm taken back. I felt away because number one, what is wrong with my oil why you feel like it's harmful to my child? I know what I put in it. I use cold pressed oils that are natural, and I know the benefit of every last single thing that I. Number two, I felt disrespected because I have 6 other kids. I cook almost every single day, and I monitor and care about what goes in their body and on their body. And the third thing was I realized that she did not trust my judgment or believe in the products that I had created. So there was no reason for me to elaborate on anything that goes into my products or explain the reasons why I did what I did. So like I said before, it was definitely fuel. So I was like, okay then, I'll show you. Game time. I'm very self-aware. I knew that a challenge for me would be to use my face and my hair as branding for my company. But I was willing to take on the challenge. And the reason why I'm saying it was a challenge is because I was taking a lot of medication for pain and depression. I suffered from anxiety, and also I habitually pulled out my hair when I was overwhelmed and too stressed. So that it was given challenge. But I was willing to do whatever it took just to build my brand and show off how great these products were. Since 2022, I've worked hard to post videos of how my hair growth is going, post videos about my products and everything else, build up my social media, build up my website, and constantly improve on my products. And I must admit, I'm being transparent. My results weren't given what they needed to give because all of those other factors that were in place that I was challenged with along my hair growth journey. So yes, sales have not been what they should be, and that's only because I know that I've just been utilizing myself. But what everybody didn't know, I had a contingency plan. I didn't only think about using myself to promote. I also thought about what it would look like on a stress-free or mildly stress-free person doing this hair growth from the beginning. So my contingency plan was to use my daughters. I'm in love with Dinastía Beauty, so all we use is Dinastía Beauty products in my house. From the oil to the gel to the shampoo, the conditioner, even clip-in extensions I will use on my older teenager. With that being said, I think it's time to show the world exactly what a 2-year Dinastía Beauty hair care journey looks like without the factors of pulling your hair out, medications, and heavy stress or your hair falling out from stress. Guys, this is my daughter at 3 days old, and this is her now at 2-year Dinastía hair journey. Just seeing her results. Remember, this is the same daughter that my mom told me don't put that stuff in her hair. And I could have listened. That would have been fine. I've been like, oh, I'm just listening to my mom. But then where would I be? Where would I be in my company? Where would I be mentally? It's enough to have self-doubt and negative thoughts yourself. But when you have family that doubt you as well, it's a little bit harder. So if you haven't learned anything from this, use that lack of belief or lack of positivity coming from others, use it as fuel. Use that doubt as fuel, because you don't know where you could go unless you try. You have to be your biggest cheerleader, even if others think you're delusional. Be delusional. Love yourself, be confident, and always remind yourself there is no greater evil than your own negative thoughts and self-doubt. I love you guys, and I will be your biggest cheerleader too. Just let me know what you need me to do.